Cairns turned on a warm and sunny welcome as the inaugural Targa Great Barrier Reef commenced with the Reef Casino ceremonial start. The honour of leading the field away went to the Austin Healey 3000 of Targa icons Brian and Linda Dermott. Spectators lined the streets of Cairns to grab a final glimpse of teams as they paraded out of town and toward the first of today's 5 varied stages. The competition began on sugarcane-lined country roads before turning uphill to take on some of the challenging switchback-peppered mountain passes that provide a backdrop to this iconic seaside resort. The stages provided all new challenges for crews. The tight and twisty roads saw the Flying Lotus of Jeff Morton and Cameron Reeves, and the similar Exige of Paul Stokel and Malcolm Reed firmly in the mix at the front of the field. However, it was the Dodge Viper of Targa Tasmania champions Jason and John White who ended day one with a narrow 17-second lead.
It's tight, and that's how we like our competition, but when we first seen the course we thought it's going to be something that's going to be hard for us to win because there wasn't so much leg stretching sort of opportunity for a car that's got that much power. It was going to be a real good level playing field for everyone, and there's actually a few guys that we've not seen up the sharp end before they're up there, so that's also great. So bring on the rest of the event.
The classic category saw similarly close competition, with multiple cars winning stages and a relentless tussle for podium contention. Reigning Targa Tasmania champions Graham Copeland and Josh Herbert ran into difficulties early, but the battle raged on. The Fiat of Nick Prieston and Dylan Braithwaite, and Leac de Berg and Greg Fitzgerald's Porsche charged hard, but it was the Volvo of Ashley Yelds and Charlie Hughes that ended the day victorious. The top 3 classic teams reached day's end, separated by less than 30 seconds.
Not quite sure how we sort of managed to stay ahead of them. There's some pretty tight competition all around us. So it was very cool to be dodging 4 seconds, 3 seconds, 1 second here and there on the stages. So a lot of work, but it was a lot of fun.
A true handicap run properly should be like that. It should be very close, battle it out down to the second. So it's a great competition.
In GT4, Mark Balcom and Brian Foster proved their Targa Tasmania woes were well behind them, coming out hard to lead a tight battle in their newly rebuilt R35. Nathan and Nick Stokes put in a strong performance to end the day second. Early modern saw both Adam Gosling and Ian Noble, and Liam and Larry Howarth making their intentions clear. But it's the Porsche of Tony Quinn and Kate Catford sitting in front, the pair also holding down an impressive 5th outcome. Mick and Daniel Bray maintained their Targa Tasmania winning form to lead Classic GT. But they didn't have it all their own way. Keith and Mary Ann Callinan's Di Tommaso Pantera was right on their heels until a crash on the day's final stage handed the second place baton to their son and daughter-in-law, Daniel and Christy Callanan. Crowd favourites Mick Downey and Jared Acker remain in touch, despite a number of mechanical issues.
Yeah, welcome to the Cairns hot weather. So we've had some fuel issues. Classic car racing once again, but yeah, we'll get through it. The teams will respond, so we're done. So they'll get the car fixed, we'll be out tomorrow, and probably got about a minute to chase down on the Bray brothers.
The Alpha of Coleman and Richardson leads the Thoroughbred Trophy. In TSD, reigning Targa Tasmania champions Darryl and Peter Marshall again made a strong showing. But it was Peter and Tristan Taylor who managed to end the day on top in their Lotus. In GT Sports Trophy, the Lotuses of Mark and Scott Milletapoulo and Mitchell and Darryl Ringett pushed hard. In a knife-edge battle though, it was Daniel Trevarthen and Chris Ward that took the lead.
We are driving the wheels off that car. What can I say? It's Commodore country. Cairns is Commodore country. North Queensland, V8's rule.
The atmosphere in Cairns is electric tonight. The memory of today's stages only fueling the nervous anticipation of the challenges tomorrow's dawn will reveal. Crews are set to face off against 7 stages as the course heads inland toward the Atherton tablelands, where the fast, narrow roads only promise greater challenges.